Welcome to the Rotunda, the longest-running maternity hospital in the world and the busiest in Europe.
We're here! Woohoo!
It has seen the birth of close to 1 million Dubliners, and this year, some 25 new babies have been added to that number every day.
Black hair just sticking out.
Hello!
Oh my God!
I know.
It's a place of extreme highs and devastating lows. During the pandemic, one of the most challenging times in living memory.
I'd like to be in there, but the numbers aren't going down at the minute.
We have a date.
It's agony and ecstasy side by side as people experience events which will change their lives forever.
I'll do it again.
Events to be remembered and retold for generations to come.
Pandemic babies. Look at you.
COVID has really brought a lot of changes. People are coming into hospital. There's a lot of PPE gear. There's a lot of people obviously wearing masks. So the anxiety in that in itself really has an effect on the women. I actually really miss seeing grandparents coming in to see their grandkids. There's like balloons, there's flowers, presents, and they're so excited. And there's that like energy of happiness.
With the numbers of COVID cases fluctuating throughout the pandemic, the level of access to the Rotunda for birthing partners has been limited. Over the past 18 months, restrictions have increased and decreased depending on the level of the virus in the community. Tara has been 2 days in the hospital in early labour. COVID restrictions have allowed her husband Neil to be able to join her for 5.5 hours each day.
We're here. How are you?
Now that they have made it to the delivery room, he can remain with her until after the baby arrives.
We met through mutual friends at their housewarming party. My friend had married one of her friends and I answered the door to her and got drunk. A couple of hours later I asked her to marry me and we're here now.
I didn't say yes that night, but
I just knew that I wanted to marry her.
oh.
Lying. Is this a little boy or girl?
A little girl.
A little girl. And what do you have at home?
A little girl. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We make cute girls.
Oh, isn't that
They
great?
look like their daddy.
Don't they all? It's typical, isn't it?
Mother
All
Nature.
the hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us yesterday.
Oh, look at the... Oh my God, she's a special.
Image.
Oh, look.
Sure, I love him, so why?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Half the battle.
These gorgeous girls. He'll be
Exactly.
spoilt rotten. So your little girl, what's her name?
Erin,
And who's minding her?
Granny and Grandad.
The love of your life. Your face just lit up. Oh, isn't that great?
She is my rainbow.
Oh, isn't that
She
lovely?
really is.
And my journey to motherhood has been not an easy one.
Been consistently pregnant for the last 4 years.
God, that can't have been easy. No, very tough.
No, but it was.
And you came in here, you were you treated in here?
Yeah, for all of them. So yeah, the first one was as bad as they get, but
We have experienced two very, very hard losses. One where I nearly did die. Unfortunately, our first attempt ended in a miscarriage, and unfortunately complications led to me hemorrhaging quite badly and I nearly died.
as I told one of the registrars who came to see me on my second natural miscarriage, I said, I'm going to keep trying until you send me home with a baby.
Became pregnant again for a third time, and again it was a different experience. We didn't really exhale for the first 9 weeks until we heard a heartbeat. I quite quickly said I was going to enjoy that pregnancy for as long as it lasted, and fortunately,
They went well.
yes, and Erin, our rainbow baby, came in and brightened our entire world.
Yeah, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. Counting my blessings in every possible way.
Watching her thrive has only helped us blossom
God, it can't have been easy during COVID to be
No,
working from home.
we went from straight in and minding a 1-year-old, and then by the time lockdown 3 happened, trying to coordinate a toddler, it was just a completely different experience because like we had a period of creche in between, and we got so used to it, and that's part of the reason why I'm pregnant.
When the creches reopened, we made sure that we had husband and wife time. Okay, if we can't go out for dinners and we can't have date nights and we can't have holidays, how can we have us time? And you know, he would always make dinner and I would be dessert.
We enjoyed our lunch breaks together.
Oh dear, yeah.
Pandemic babies.
Well, the proof in the pudding is in the dilatation, because so if she's dilating, she's progressing.
Yeah.
You know?
Boston native Ryan is expecting her first baby. She met her partner Patrick just months after arriving from the United States in 2019.
We met on Bumble, and we probably talked for about a week, and then we went on a date, and we just had such a great time. We were together for about 6 months, I'd say, and then COVID happened, and so we went from seeing each other like 2 or 3 times a week to then being with each other all the time.
There was a real high pressure situation, so you learn a lot about people quite quickly. You know, everybody can do it when it's going easy, but you face that little bit of kind of adversity, if you like, bump in the road type thing, and you kind of see what a person's really about. And that was the start of the pandemic, and here we are 15 months later.
7 months after being together in a COVID cocoon, Ryan became pregnant.
It was probably a few days after we found out. I had a little bit of bleeding,
Yes.
and I was really freaked out. And I ended up going to the early pregnancy unit in the Rotunda. So it was my first time going to the Rotunda. We're pregnant for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like something bad's happening because like you're not supposed to be bleeding. And it was really scary because I had to obviously go in without him. So he was waiting in the car, so that was not nice.
Ryan has a genetic heart condition, which makes her pregnancy high risk. She is now 36 weeks pregnant and sees consultant Jen Donnelly every week.
I have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy with arrhythmias. So basically, it's a genetic condition where the walls of my heart get thicker, so my heart gets really stiff and it has a hard time beating. On top of it having a hard time beating, or beating erratically sometimes. So I ended up getting a pacemaker put in, or ICD put in, when I was 20, I believe, because I kept fainting. It will actually shock me in the way that you would get, paddled. You see it on TV. So that happens inside my chest, which wouldn't be great for me or baby.
So the spine there, so actually the spine is on this side. So it's the lips, the nose, the little fingers. We know that people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy are at increased risk of developing a complication such as an abnormal heart rhythm or heart failure, sudden death, and other cardiac symptoms such as shortness of breath. And that these during pregnancy can change, particularly around the time of the 3rd trimester and around delivery.
Oh, fantastic. A little 2-page medical history.
So that's brilliant. So what we're going to do have here...
I didn't have any bad rhythms or anything after my surgery until I got pregnant. The readings where it showed that I was coming close to having like a heart attack.
How have you been feeling since last week?
In the last week, having a couple of palpitations that made me a little bit lightheaded, and I'm just not sure if it's because I just have extra weight on me.
And how long are they lasting for? Would you say seconds?
Yeah, it's definitely seconds.
And how many times? Like every day?
No, I've probably had it like in the last week, maybe twice.
Twice, okay. So, but more frequently. That's more frequently than before,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. Well, I think because you're seeing cardiologists again next Friday.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if it was more sustained or if it was happening every day, then come in and we can just give them a call to get them to review things. But
There is a scoring system that's used called the Maternal WHO Risk Assessment Scoring System, and that's a scoring system that goes from 1, which is similar risk to someone without a cardiac condition, to 4, which is someone who would be advised against pregnancy or that they would be at very high risk of complications. Going into the pregnancy, Ryan's risk would have been assessed between 2 and 3, so kind of mid-range. We try and mitigate those risks, but it's never possible to totally predict
Well, I mean, it was always just a part of our relationship. It was something that had happened in Ryan's past, and from a day-to-day perspective, it's just taking medication. And I think, she takes it in stride. So for me to make it in any way a big deal or a barrier or anything like that would be quite selfish. So I just adopted the approach she took.
Yeah.
It's just part of us, I guess.
Sore.
Tara is hoping to go through labour and to give birth without any pain medication. She knew from an early age that an epidural wouldn't be on her birth plan.
You getting a little bit uncomfortable?
Yeah. It's fast though. It's fine. I breathe through it.
I had a curvature in my spine, diagnosed when I was 7, and I was operated on when I was 11. So I knew from a very young age that I would never be able to have an epidural.
Yeah, and just gas and air just made me woozy. So
Did it? Okay.
I just
You're just going to
like
breathe.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay.
If you do nothing else, just remind me to exhale. I do
Don't worry,
tend to.
Neil and I is standing there, making sure that you're breathing.
It's like breathe out, Tara.
So I knew if I ever was to become a mother, there would have to be different options. And I always, as I got older, particularly I always wanted to be as strong and as fit and as healthy for when we were ready to have a family, to be able to deliver those babies as naturally as possible and experience my children coming into the world.
But no pain. Yeah, we just get on with it, don't we?
Yeah.
Us women.
Yeah.
Sorry, Neil, it's not just women. I'm sure some men are great with
Do you know any?
He's so mean. Yeah.
Neil wouldn't swap with me, would you?
I think we'd be in trouble if the men were having the babies. Yeah.
Spent a lot of time over the last few years challenged with various things between my miscarriages and losing faith in my body's ability to bring life into the world. But particularly after having Erin, she made me feel like a superhero and that there was nothing I wasn't capable of doing.
Have you a name for this little one yet?
We do.
Yeah.
Am I sharing yet?
Oh, no,
waiting?
no, wait, absolutely wait.
The
until
big surprise.
She's born.
Yeah.
Lovely. But you easily agreed on it, did you?
Yeah, it was easy because he's very fussy, Terry.
So I have 3 rules for naming babies. The first was the name had to be Irish. The second was it had to be 2 syllables. And then the third was that you had to be able to spell it. So you're going for Orla, as there's only 4 letters. And even an American can pronounce it.
No lap dance.
No. I'll leave you to it.
Could I be sexier?
Although he's a man of very few words, when he talks, he's very, very solid and makes me stop and think.
This one's gonna make us work hard, I think.
And you truly, truly bring me the most happiness.
They're all delivered, yeah. So it'll just take a little while. We'll get there. Grant, we'll do them one at a time. Lovely. All right,
Patrick and his partner Ryan have arrived to the hospital for a scheduled C-section to deliver their baby. The last few weeks of the pregnancy have put Ryan's heart condition and her pacemaker to the test.
I think the extra blood in my body probably put more strain on my heart. I came really close to having my machine go off a few times because one of the chambers is beating really fast and that can put you into cardiac arrest, so it's been crazy.
While in theatre, for safety, Ryan's pacemaker will need to be turned off. The anaesthetic team will take over the monitoring of Ryan's heart.
The ICD is set at a particular rate that it will give a shock to the heart once an abnormal rhythm is detected. And so during an elective caesarean section, we usually turn off this in order to avoid an inappropriate shock.
It wouldn't probably be good for them to have the internal one on and them all get shocked.
Not with a scalpel around a newborn baby. Probably not a good idea to get 10,000 volts up the back.
It's like a parade.
After I will let you see the one. Yeah, okay, and wait when we were ready.
Right, that's great.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in a minute.
Alright, see you in a minute. I didn't feel any anxiety until I woke up this morning. Me personally, when I'm nervous about something, I can feel it in my stomach, almost like it's dropping out kind of thing, like I'm on a roller coaster, you know, at the top of it, about to go over.
If something does happen, they told me that they do have a plan where I would go to the Mater hospital, and then I think baby would probably just go home with you.
Probably, yeah.
But hopefully nothing like that happens.
Yeah.
No, there's no pain, but you can feel like the tugging.
Oh, your chest, are you okay?
It's just a lot of pressure. Remember I had those wires on it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's different.
Squeeze the hands and have to.
cases.
Is it normal for her?
Yeah, this is normal.
Okay.
More for the head, liver.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's great. I threw up at the beginning, but much better now. And it's just such a relief.
Thank you. Oh, nice.
Lovely size.
Yes.
It's just under 7.5. Oh, the little hat. So cute. I'm sure he's dying to meet his mummy.
Over the next few days and weeks, Ryan's condition will be carefully monitored as her heart and pacemaker slowly adapt to her no longer being pregnant. Patrick has already begun to adapt to being a new daddy to baby Killian.
What's going on, little guy?
He's doing great. He looks very happy there in your arms.
Yeah, as long as he's not crying, I'm happy out.
And he'll have to get used to a bit of crying.
I think so, yeah. Oh, we want some food. Hello. Now what do we do? We squeeze the bottle or just let it go? Oh, he's sucking it.
He'll just suck away. So.
You're sucking away.
Well done.
Thank you.
So there's a 50-50% chance that the baby will have the gene. So the thing is that you can have the gene but not have any symptoms, and they don't know how it's going to develop. It develops differently in everyone.
I'm happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel so much better.
Congratulations.
Monitoring is really the most important thing. So we were hoping to get him tested
Quite early on,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's kicking me.
Yeah. It will just be something that in the background, and we may have to deal with in the future, but just to be kind of aware of. And I don't think knowing us that we'd be able to live with not knowing. To be honest with you, you know, some more than others.
Oh, big yawn.
This is my time of being a mummy. Oh, come on, give me your
Okay, no, I'm taking her out.
Tara has been 3.5 hours in the delivery suite without any pain relief. Things are now moving more quickly.
She went from not doing a whole lot to 8 centimetres. She had her first little daughter within 2 hours, and then she bled quite seriously afterwards, and she needed a blood transfusion because of the blood loss.
Memories of Tara's previous delivery are still fresh in Neil's mind.
That jumped like 44. I was worried. The thing that scared me the most was with Erin the first time round, she ended up having difficulty towards the end, it was kind of important to keep an eye on her heart rate, because that's what I vividly remember from the first pregnancy, was when her heart rate dropped, and that's when the whole team came in and started rushing around.
That's just picking up mum's pulse, so don't panic.
Oh God, I really feel like I'm a push.
Yep.
Where are you?
Tara, I'm going to maybe just very gently examine you and see what's happening, okay? Good girl. Do you feel that pressure now again?
Yeah.
That's it, lift that leg up, put that hand behind your knee. Wonderful, good girl, just like that. Oh, she's just sitting here, beautiful. Well, you're 10 centimetres, Tara, so you're able to just go for it. Just a couple of really good pushes, Tara, with all that pressure, and you'll have her out.
Okay.
Okay. I suspected that this was a bigger baby than her first baby, and she's quite small in stature. That can just make you think, okay, is she going to be able to deliver this baby easily? Could there be a problem? You're okay. You're all right. I know that pressure is getting huge. Good girl.
I work for the catering department, so dealing with the food, the best part for the patients. That's actually amazing how you see this tired face, and then all of a sudden the spark in their eyes when they see us coming with the tea and toast. They're like, oh my God, I've been waiting for it. Every morning when we prepare the breakfast and we smell that tea and toast, we're like, why can we not have that? But no, you have to wait for your break.
So you're going to hold on to both legs this time. Good girl, is it starting again? Yeah.
Tara's baby is close to being born. However, the baby's progress through the birth canal has stalled.
She was pushing for quite a while, the baby wasn't moving. And on a second time, Mum, you expect that the baby will progress a little bit quicker. She's sitting there waiting for a couple of good pushes. That's it, Tara, long, steady push now. The head was just sitting there for longer than I was happy with, and I will always call for help. Good girl. Hi. Come on in. Big push. Good girl. Go for it. A little bit of a prolonged acceleration, kind of slow advancement of the head. Good girl. Come on. That's it. Fantastic. Well done. I know that pressure is absolutely huge.
Tara, what we might do is just pop you around on your back and get your legs up just to make a little bit of space, just to see if we can get the baby's head to move a little bit more. Is that okay? Yeah. Well, I just
That's
give
it.
you
Good
a
girl.
little
Try and
shock
wiggle
kicker.
yourself into
Well
the
done.
middle. You're brilliant.
Now, I'm just going to pop you down there. Has it been sat there for a while, Terry?
It's been actually all right, just the last kind of 2 minutes. Another big push again. Tara, chin on the chest and right down into the bottom. So advancement of the head in the second stage. You're kind of thinking, is there maybe a problem with the shoulders? You get me there, though? Yeah, very tight. Yeah. Tara, I'm going to do a little episiotomy, just baby, but it is still, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's not something that we routinely do. It's only if a baby is in distress. That's it, Tara. You tell us when you feel that now. Okay, the contraction.
It's just that point, that millisecond of you're exhausted.
Okay, is it starting?
Yes.
Okay, good girl. So a big push down into the bottom.
It's that fight or flight moment that you really do want to give up, but you have to remember that your mind is not in control of this, your body is, and your baby is.
That's it. Big push, yeah. Great. Oh, well done.
Honey.
Well done.
Toss the head.
Big push, chin on the chest. Good girl. Well done. That's it. Good girl. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's just lovely. Now we take this off. Well done. That's all we wanted to hear. Look at that. Well done.
Well done.
There's just such a wave of relief that washes over you, and euphoria, bliss. I was like, thank God everything went well.
Welcome to the world, Miss Orla.
What's her name?
Orla.
Lovely. Gorgeous. How are you going to spell Orla?
O-R-L-A. Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yes.
Sorry.
We're all about keeping things
Rule
short
free.
and
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah.
To be able to spell it.
I'm so sorry.
We did it.
I was very, very grateful to have my beautiful baby girl, just getting to know her and holding on to her and not having that dreaded feeling that I was going to lose another little person.
Get them buttered before they go cold. You know me and my hot toast.
Even through the hard times, you can survive them and you can grow from them and you can help others by sharing those losses. Talk about it and know that it's temporary. You will be okay. The sun will come up tomorrow.
Toast never tastes as good.
Everyone always says that.
The little things are the big things. If the pandemic hasn't taught us that, nothing ever will. You holding on to that boob?
This has been a very different and obviously very challenging year because of the pandemic, more than a year now. This has really restricted a parent's access to spend time with baby, and that is always an issue for us because we think that contact is so critical. I can only imagine how hard that has been for parents. We're really grateful the parents helped get us through this, and we're just delighted that we're able to welcome them back more and more.
For the first 9 months of the pandemic, access for parents to NICU was severely restricted. For Sarah's 8 weeks here, 1 year into the pandemic, she's been allowed to visit for up to 6 hours per day.
But they weren't allowed to touch.
Sarah works as a midwife in the Rotunda. She was just under 27 weeks pregnant when she went into early labour.
I was at home and I started getting a few pains. There was just something in me that was like, you have to go into the hospital. But I remember just on the way in thinking, these 26 weeks and 5 days, I've had 2 babies in ICU already, this can't be happening again. It was literally the second I hit the hospital, the pain started coming every 3 minutes and you could just see the contractions bouncing up and down.
Both of Sarah's older boys were born premature. She was hoping against the odds that Aiden would reach full term.
I went from 0 to 10 centimetres within about 15 minutes. When that all started to happen, Aiden's heart rate started dipping and dipping and dipping. I needed to have an emergency section straight away.
Before Sarah went to theatre, she phoned her husband Cliff to come and join her in the hospital.
From the time that the bleep went out to him being born was 6 minutes. My husband was able to come in and take photos of Aiden while I was asleep. When I woke up in the recovery room, it was still a very surreal experience. And then obviously Cliff had to leave straight away. My husband, he wasn't allowed to go to the ward with me afterwards, so I went up to the ward on my own. I had no baby. I had no kind of knowledge really of what was happening because I was so out of it. And then I didn't get to see Aiden for another 8 hours or so. So it was a very surreal experience to be lying in a bed with no baby, no husband.
Aiden has been cared for in the neonatal intensive care unit for the past 8 weeks.
Hello. Hi, Bubba. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I was very naive going into ICU. I thought, oh, he's just going in there for prematurity. He just needs to stay in an incubator for 3 months, and that's the only problem. Whereas he had to be intubated, so he had to have a tube down his throat because his lungs were so bad. He had an issue with his heart due to prematurity. We were faced with bam, bam, bam of like, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. It's such an eye-opener.
Well, Aiden was born at 26 weeks and 5 days. He's over 13 weeks early and has effectively missed a third of his time in mum's womb. He needed to be instantly supported with his breathing. Aiden then went on to develop much longer-term chronic lung problems. And that happens for babies like Aiden when an immature lung has to breathe for itself and when we need to help them too. But it's very much an intensive care because so many parts of the baby's body need support.
I will always carry that guilt that he is here because of me. You can't help but feel my body failed him and this is my fault.
Sarah has been expressing milk every day for Aiden for the past 8 weeks. Her husband Cliff can visit too, but not at the same time, and is limited to 1 hour a day.
Trying to keep it together while he's in ICU, it's a very big juggling act because the good days are amazing that you think like there is light and we'll fully come back from this. But then there's the bad days that you're just watching your little baby in an incubator suffering and you can't hold them and you can't touch them because they're so weak and they're heartbreaking. Even today, Aiden's had a little setback with his breathing and I think it's because when you have such a good run, you want to keep running towards that exit. So it can be a very frustrating and disappointing place to be. You're getting all this information constantly. They can progress or they can decline so rapidly that you're constantly getting updates and constantly being told information. And it's very hard to retain because your mind is such a muddle. Your imagination is always the worst.
Can I just get your name again?
Neve.
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, ask me again if you need.
In the delivery suite, Aleni is in early labour with her first baby. Recent scans suggested that her baby was measuring quite large.
Yeah. What size did they say he was going to be the last time?
I think they were saying like between 3 kilos and 500 grams and 3 and 800.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like really high up.
Yeah.
It feels okay. Like, you know, like I can feel that his head is there, you know.
I can't feel that.
Yeah. Are you a bit nervous?
No, I'm okay at the moment.
Yeah.
Relaxed, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have the history, like the genetic, because I was born when my mom was only 8 months pregnant and I was like over 4 kilos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
No, I'm only child.
Oh, okay.
I think she
So you
got
don't know
traumatized.
She was like, never again.
Never again.
Alena came to live in Ireland 6 years ago from Brazil. Just a few weeks later, she met her husband Carl. Now that she's in the delivery room, COVID visiting restrictions don't apply and he can stay with her until after the baby arrives.
Hi, how are you? I'm Neve. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you. Good. You're looking great.
Yeah.
It was a long, drawn-out chase. Yeah. Aleni was looking for English lessons on Plenty of Fish, and I was an English teacher at the time, so I thought this is my chance to shine. And it took me ages to get a first date, and I got one playing Jenga, but she didn't say a word to me. She was like flanked by 2 male Brazilian friends.
I asked these 2 male friends to come with me because I didn't know what would be the outcome of that date.
Really great chat.
Yeah, so it actually was good because we were there like as friends, and so I think took a bit of the pressure of like first date.
Where will I
You can leave that over. Maybe, Carl, if you can get some baby clothes out.
Baby clothes, yeah.
He made me to fall in love with him, going slowly and respecting my time. So then I think after a few months that switched a little bit in my mind. They're like, oh, maybe I don't want to keep as a friend anymore. And I saw the way...
Got out of the friend zone. I didn't know I was in the friend zone.
It's getting real now, huh?
Yeah, this is beginning of my training.
That's it, yeah. You'll be a pro now in a week's time, don't worry.
Well, Aleni's labelled everything for me here already, so...
I know.
Grand.
Just in case. After a few years enjoying our marriage, we start thinking about, oh, maybe we should have a kid, or then think about...
A dog.
Oh, yeah, dog
First,
first. Yeah, dog came first.
This is not good. That's Brazilian baby clothes.
Yeah.
While still considering getting a dog, Aleni surprised Carl with some news.
I was away at work, and then when I came home, there was like a pair of little Converse shoes on the bed. I was like, that's not my size. And, what's going on?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Good. There is a bit of discomfort, but like good.
Then it dawned on me, you know, she's pregnant. You're relaxed.
I am, yeah.
Your jaw relaxed.
Yeah.
My role as a clinical informatics pharmacist would be entirely through the computers. The cyber attack completely took down our capacity. I remember walking in the door of the pharmacy, immediately hearing my phone buzz, and when I checked the message, it was Brian telling me about a ransomware attack. It was kind of a dissatisfied exhalation, and then everyone just inhaled and got on with it. Drag out the paper and start going again.
In the delivery suite, Aleni is still in early labour. The medical team are concerned that the baby might be lying in an awkward position for delivery.
She had large for gestational age, which basically meant that her baby was growing greater than the 95th centile. So for first-time mums, this can be a challenge. In Aleni's case, we wanted to decide, is this baby deliverable vaginally? We're going to examine you again like we did on the ward, and then we'll break the waters. We're going to use the ultrasound just to make sure there's no cord there. So the baby's head is just a tiny bit, what we call it, like bobbing away, so we don't want anything to get in between that when we break the waters. Ideally then you want the top of the baby's head coming down the birth canal. We want to see what's the presenting part. Is it a bum? Is it a head? Is it a face or an ear? The hand.
Oh God.
Just by the head. Sometimes the hand can come up by the head.
Like he's relaxing.
Yeah. He's saying, go away. We realised that the baby's head was quite high in the pelvis, which meant that if we were to break the waters on the ward, there was a risk of a cord coming down and it wouldn't be the ideal place for that to happen. So what we do in that case is what we call a controlled ARM, or a controlled artificial rupture of the membranes. And the idea is that we put pressure on the top of the tummy and break the waters in a very controlled manner, and we put a lot of pressure down so the head comes into that space.
Sorry.
You're doing great, Bubs. Keep calm.
You're great. Just take deep breaths in.
When they tried to change his position, this was extremely painful.
I was a bit worried there was something wrong or something. But seeing Aleni, like, I expected her to be nervous. And then I saw her and she was grand.
Too many of them.
And that made me more relaxed then when I saw that. Keep breathing.
Amazing.
Keep breathing.
Having him beside me remind me to breathe was really important, was like crucial actually.
Oh my God.
Oh.
What a relief.
Huh?
That was so much pressure.
Relax all your body now.
Okay now.
He's not a messer, isn't he?
He's
troublesome like his mother.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a messer, like.
He's already disobeying his parents anyway.
Yeah. Reminds me of someone.
People who work in the hospital also use the hospital. People start their professional training in the hospital, and they grow up in the hospital, and eventually they might have their own children within the hospital. So you view the hospital in a different light when your children have been born there. So we've felt the highs that the people who come through the Rotunda have felt. We've felt lows that they feel at times, unfortunately, when things don't go well. So we try and provide the care that we expect for our family, for our children.
Sarah's baby Aiden was born extremely premature. For the last 3 months, he's been fighting for his life in the neonatal ICU.
When you have a child in the ICU, you're walking around all the time with this huge amount of stress, and you don't even realise, because you have to carry on. You have to get dressed in the morning, you have to deal with everyday life, you have to come in and be strong. You might have a step forward as in, oh, that hole in his heart is getting smaller. But then now his stomach is bleeding because it has an ulcer now because of that medication. So we just need to fix this one and then we can turn to that because, look, this one is getting better. This one will get better too.
Aiden.
You have to remember, this baby was born at 26 weeks.
Oh, big yawn.
Look at everything that he's done.
Hi, baby.
You think of how far he's come.
Look at you.
And I think we're getting there at the moment. Now we get to see his face properly.
Hello.
Aiden is now feeding well and breathing on his own. Sarah is excited at the prospect of finally bringing him home.
But he looks fantastic. He just looks like a bigger baby. He doesn't look as preppy or anything. He looks really, he just looks so grown up.
Yeah, it's 11 weeks now today, so.
Very busy 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday for your 11th Mark. You'll be deeply disappointed that people stop celebrating the weeks after a while. They go, look.
He's made huge progress. He's made massive milestones. So I'm hopeful that he'll be home by his due date.
But look, we peel back the layers a little bit, but just the next thing is that monitor gone.
Yeah.
You know. There's a little way to go for him. He, unlike many premature babies, has managed to wean off oxygen, but it took him a long time to do so. Chronic lung disease is something that we always are concerned about, although most babies will manage it very well. There's still a path ahead, but we would be very optimistic that with time, he's going to get there.
Yeah.
Are you dying to get him?
Yeah, we are, and meet the 2 other boys and things like that, so we'll be...
Oh, they'll be thrilled as well.
Yeah, they will. They'll be all over you.
Yeah,
All over you.
it'll be lots of love.
Yeah, lots of...
It's great.
So...
Look at you. I think you played it blinder. You did fantastic.
Sarah is looking forward to using her experience in the NICU to help other parents when she returns to work.
Being pregnant or being a new mom can be the loneliest thing in the world. So to have someone who understands and can comprehend what you're feeling is probably the best support system that you can have because you're not alone. I know what it's like and I know it on a personal level now. So hopefully I'll be able to do that for someone. I'm sure with the amount of things that have happened to me, I'm sure there'll be someone I'll be able to help out. But yeah, it'll be brilliant to be able to do that when I get back. Yeah.
Aleni and Carl's baby is lying in an awkward position, which could make it challenging for a vaginal birth.
So yeah, start taking the gas, okay? So start breathing in. Keep breathing all the way through.
Consultant obstetrician Nicola Marr has been called to advise on the safest way for the baby to be delivered.
Unfortunately, your baby has got its head turned, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes during labour we may feel baby's hand in front of the face, or we may feel that baby's forehead or brow is the first presenting part. And when we explained to Aleni that her baby was facing face first as such, she was very understanding of this, and we explained that the safest way to deliver her baby would be by caesarean section.
Yeah, that's okay, yeah, no problem. Okay.
When they said, oh, he's not going to change his position, let's go for a C-section, I was really happy. Yeah, let's go, because he's definitely not going to change, and this has been quite painful. And I just want my baby to be delivered in a healthy way and be safe with us.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's the best.
Sometimes they just have other plans, huh?
Yeah.
Ah. You're a brave old soldier.
God, he's troublesome, isn't he?
Troublesome.
Off you go, yeah, go on ahead. Nope. Thank you very much. Now, so it's just in here, Aleni. Just in there.
Here?
Yeah, I'm just in there before.
all of a sudden I was on my own and just left thinking to myself that I was about to become a dad. That little interlude was pretty intense.
Just a little drape coming over you now, okay?
You look great, you're glowing again.
Am I?
Yeah.
And light for you, okay? Alright. Stay in the middle now, and you're good.
When they brought it in for the C-section, I was pretty nervous inside.
It's not okay still, thank you. Sure, yeah. Oh, yes. Pressure and stretching now for a second.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
I feel like pressure.
Yeah.
Like moving, but they're not there. It's not good.
Oh, hello, baby.
Oh my god.
What do we have? You're a big boy. Yeah, onto your one shoulder. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Big boy.
When I saw him for the first time, of course, I just felt like completely in love, and I just thought, oh, he's amazing, such a perfect baby.
So he's 8'8".
He looks like you.
Just check him over, okay?
Well done, little man. That was tough. Oh, that was tough.
Congratulations! You did so well. Beautiful baby.
Oh. He's great.
Yeah, not a bother, and we'll see you now in a few minutes, okay?
I had him there, and I felt like I was in a bubble of this intense kind of experience. Everyone else is like a regular day, and for me it's it's something I remember for the rest of my life. Finish now.